Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. I am your host, Joyce Williams. Thank you so much for taking out the time to join me tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Invisible Woman Talk Show, for checking out the website, jwinvisiblewoman.com. Also for following me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'll give you opportunity to grab your girlfriends, grab your snacks. Even if you need a notepad, I'll give you opportunity to grab that. Hurry back so you won't miss not a minute of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Joyce Williams, and I'm the host of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. I talk about those topics that most people don't like to talk about. So tune in to the Invisible Woman Talk Show on the Pekka TV to help you become brave, resilient, strong, and empowered. The Invisible Woman Talk Show, jwinvisiblewoman.com on the Pekka TV. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. Now, everybody everywhere is talking about narcissism. They're narcissists. They have narcissistic behavior. But do you actually know what a narcissist is and how to identify that behavior? We're going to talk about that tonight. That way you will be aware, you will be informed, and you will be empowered. Tonight's episode is titled, It's Not About You. Identifying Narcissistic Behavior. I looked up the definition of narcissistic personality disorder. I'm going to read you that definition that I got. And it says it is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. People with this disorder may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. So it's saying that it's someone that they have a sense of, they are important, they're above other people. They put themselves above everybody else. You're here, they're here. So they're above everybody else. They need attention, they crave attention. It's just something that they have to have. They want people to admire them. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so captivating. They need that type of appraisal. And they lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about what's going on with you. So that's the narcissistic personality disorder. In most cases, highly narcissistic people, they are masters at gaslighting. I did an episode about gaslighting last season. So if you want to go back and check that out, I won't get back into that. But they are masters at gaslighting, and their primary goal is to offset their own insecurities by controlling and manipulating others. So with a narcissist, you may believe that because on the outside everything looks good. You may believe that they have this because they have this false sense of self-esteem and self-worth. So you may think that they highly value themselves, but they don't. They have a false sense of insecurities, and they, like I said, they don't care about other people's feelings. They lack empathy. They are manipulative. Now, they also, we talked about that sense of entitlement. It says that, they believe that they are superior to other people, and that others should be, respectable, to respect their wishes. They want other people to do what it is that they want to do, and the rules don't apply to them. It's just like every rule's out the door because it's me. I'm above everybody else. It doesn't apply to me. So you have to be, like I said, they have a sense of entitlement. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman. I'm going to take a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Do you know someone, that seems to have an all about me sense of, thing going on? It's always about them. They don't seem to care about how you feel. They lack empathy for you and empathy for others. They want attention. It has to be spotlight on me, all eyes on me. I need appraisal. I want adoration. So they have a sense of entitlement. I deserve this. I should be given this. They feel like they are above everybody else. You're here. I'm here. I'm not like everybody else. So, it's just certain things that you'll be able to look for and you'll notice, and that way you'll be able to identify that narcissistic behavior, and you'll be able to identify a narcissist, and that that's somebody that you want to steer clear of. Okay. There are some phrases that you're going to hear a narcissist say, and I guarantee you have heard this if you have been in the presence of a narcissist. You may not know it then, but you have heard these phrases. And the first phrase is, I'm going to, no particular order, but I'm going to give you some phrases, is, I don't want to make this about me, and they say that, but then they continue to make it about them. It's not, I don't want to, minimize how you're feeling, but let me talk about what's going on with me. So, it's actually, more of like, dominating the conversation. So you don't get a chance to talk about you, because they have to talk about them. They're going to, like I said, they're going to run the conversation. You don't even have permission to focus on yourself. You have to focus on that person. Now, another phrase that you're going to hear them say is, I'm sorry you feel that way. And they're not saying, I'm sorry. They're not actually apologizing. They're actually doing more of a deflection. It's not a real apology. It's more like they're implying that, your feelings are your issues. Like, oh, well, that's your problem. That's how you feel. So it's not really an apology. So you're going to hear a narcissist say that, I'm sorry if you feel that way. They're not going to take the ownership of how they have played a part in you feeling that way. They're not going to own up to that. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman. I'm going to take a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Invisible Woman. We are talking about it's not about you. Identify narcissistic behavior. And I was telling you about some phrases that you would hear narcissists say before we took a short break. And I'm going to continue with that. So you may hear a narcissist say, I'm a busy person. I don't have time for this. Now, this can be anything. Like, I don't have time for, whatever it is that you are trying to express. I don't have time for this. Whether it's like you are inviting them somewhere, whether you are working on something with them, whatever that this is, they don't have time for it, because you are intruding on their time. You're not important enough to intrude on their time. You understand? You're here, they're here. So you're not important enough to intrude on their time. Another one you would hear them say is, you don't know who you're messing with. I just realized I'm doing it in my girl voice, and I'm doing it in my girl voice because guess what? I identify as a female. I'm a female, so you get the girl voice. You don't know who you messing with. But and they say that I'm sorry. I hope I hope you know who you messing with. Like the evil twin to this is if you ever do me wrong, I'm gonna make your life difficult. If you don't do what I say, if you don't perform how I want you to, if you ever step out of line according to their definition of stepping out of line, then your life is going to be difficult. You may get blackballed, what they say in Hollywood, blackballed, but people actually do that, when they're not, even in our everyday lives, they may just say, for instance, it's somebody on the job, and then they may, make it difficult for you to get a promotion because they're spreading rumors, they're talking, that kind of thing. So you get blackballed that kind of way, So also, everything is about them. So it's, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Everything is about them. So it's just kind of like, even situations that happen in your life is going to get turned around and flipped somehow to become their situation. Because anything that draws attention from you to them is good. Whether it's good attention, it's just, they need that attention. And so everything happens to them, even if it happened to you. It is what it is. Let's see. Another phrase is not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair that somebody else received something that I was supposed to get because I deserve it, because I'm entitled to it, because they don't fit the bill. They don't look the part. I was supposed to have this. So it's not fair. You may hear that. You may hear, like I said, I'm going to just reiterate, it's not fair. I hope you know who you're messing with. Oh gosh, did I just forget one? I'm a busy person. I don't have time for this. I'm over here. Oh my gosh. Y'all, sometimes I write notes so that I won't forget things when I'm trying to, give you guys this information. And so I'm over here like, well, I'm 45, y'all. Bear with me, okay? My brain doesn't function as well at, this age. So bear with me. Let me see. I'm a busy person, don't have time for this, and I'm looking at my notes. So, and why are you doing this to me? I did that one. And I'm sorry you feel that way. Oh my gosh, that one got to be said with a little attitude. I'm sorry you feel that way. Okay. And I don't want to make this about me, but yeah. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this commercial break. Stay tuned. You say I'm leaving? Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Stay tuned.
Ay, candy stove, sweet like sugar. Down south, shot it, she a looker. Ay, from the dirty, let us cook it. It's a bag, better book it. See the pigs, better book it. I ain't looking stupid on the late night, no.
Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We are talking about it's not about you. Identifying narcissistic behavior. Now, there are 7 characteristics of a narcissist. Okay. They seem perfect at first. Everything seems good. You're just like, oh my gosh, how did I get so lucky? But they tend to talk about themselves all the time. It's like I said, it's always about them. You can barely get a word in. They probably don't even hardly know anything about you because the conversation is always about them. And that's how it goes. They are sensitive to criticism. So like if you give constructive criticism to them, they aren't receptive. They are very emotional behind the criticism given. They don't like to find out that they're not perfect. So they don't take well to criticism. Even if it's done in love, it's just, no. They give backhanded compliments, Let me give you an example. Backhanded compliment would be something like, oh, those cheap earrings look good on you. It's like, you like, oh, okay, thank you. It's kind of, they are arrogant. Oh my gosh, they are arrogant to where like I said, it's I think arrogance and that sense of entitlement kind of goes together. So hand in hand, look out for that. And they cannot stand rejection. They cannot stand rejection. Rejection is, somebody that doesn't want them, somebody that doesn't, somebody that says no to them. That's, a no. They just cannot stand the rejection. Besides, like I said, they are entitled. They have that sense of entitlement, and there's no way you would be able to reject me because I am, you know, above and beyond. First of all, I'm out of your league, and you are rejecting me. you know, so yeah. We're gonna take a short break and be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Said it like that. I have no idea. I'm just over here like, this is a serious topic, people. It's a serious topic. One thing about a narcissist is that they have low self-esteem. They talk a good game, like I said, because you think that, they are confident, but they're not. They have low self-esteem, and that is the core of their narcissism. And they are highly jealous. They are jealous of other people's success, other people's relationships, other people's whatever. They are jealous. You can't be more successful than a narcissist. You can't be ahead of a narcissist. You can't have anything bigger or better than a narcissist because, like I said, they are extremely jealous. They have extremely jealous behavior. Most narcissists, they are not even aware that they're hurting you, because it doesn't even enter into their minds. Like, they don't realize that and that they've said something hurtful, they've done something hurtful. And when you try to tell them how you feel, then of course you are wrong. They make you feel like you're the person that's wrong. So they'll, even if it's of course it's something that, it's just like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to see, help you see what, what you can do better. So it's going to be turned around back to you because, of course, they're not wrong. They're never wrong. So even when they are wrong and they are hurting you, they don't acknowledge that. They don't believe in their mind that they're hurting you. Okay. They not only not realize that they're hurting you, but since they don't have regrets. They're not regretting what happened because in their mind, it's your fault. It's on you. And so they don't have that sense of, man, I really messed up. Man, I regret this. They have a sense of, all their exes are crazy. It was somebody else's fault. It was always somebody else's fault. It's never their fault. So, their ex looks like the bad person. I said it's not them. They're not going to take that responsibility. You're overreacting. It's again, it's you. You're the one that's overreacting. You're the one that's, letting your emotions get the best of you. So that is just them emotionally manipulating you, trying to play on, your feelings. They don't want to validate what they've done. Like I said, again, they don't want to accept responsibility. They're gaslighting you. We talked about that. So, or even, oh my gosh, the one, you need to toughen up. They make it seem like showing compassion is weak and you're soft, and it's not. They instead of giving them some emotional support, giving you emotional support, you need to toughen up. Or it's not my fault, you made me do it. So once again, when they've done something, the blame is shifted from them back onto you. You're too sensitive. You're too sensitive. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've heard that one. I'm sure you've heard that one. You get your feelings hurt, and it's because it's your fault because you're too sensitive. Like I said, you need to toughen up. So of course it's your fault. Or let's not focus on the bad stuff. Let's just focus on the good stuff. Let's just focus on, and it's hard to focus on the good stuff when there's so much bad. There's so much bad. Especially when they're telling you things like you're selfish and you're sensitive and, you'll never find anybody, better than me. You did this to yourself, things like that. So it's really hard, for you to, just let it go. I don't even like telling people what to do in their relationships, but sometimes it's just best to walk away because narcissists aren't going to change. It's just going to take, yeah, they're not going to change. It's going to take a road to Damascus experience, an act of God for them to change, because otherwise they're not going to. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We are talking about narcissistic behavior, identifying narcissistic behavior. Now, just a couple of quick questions, and you can answer these questions within yourself. And that way, because you may be saying to yourself, I'm not sure if I'm a narcissist, or I'm not sure if the person that I'm with is a narcissist. So the first question is, do you feel frustrated when someone doesn't call you or text you back right away? Do you feel like rules don't apply to you? Do you love being the center of attention? Do you react entitled to compliments? Meaning, I expect people to compliment me. It just happens all the time. Do you own up to your mistakes? Do you do you want to be admired? Do you find it difficult listening to other people, but you want them to listen to you? And do you struggle with maintaining relationships? Do you have a sense of entitlement? Do you lack empathy? Do you use people for personal gain? So we're going to, I can go on and on, but those are just a few questions that, you can answer within yourself. And you can see that, do you have any toxic traits? Do you have any narcissistic traits? And now that you've identified it, if you have identified it, you can go about combating it to be a better version of you, because that's what we want to do here. We want to be better versions of ourselves. We don't want to be selfish. We don't want to be perceived as toxic and narcissist. So, like I said, if you answered yes to some of those questions or all of those questions, like I said, you identified it. When they say, what do they say? You know better is to do better. You know better is to do better. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman. Stay tuned. My name is Joyce Williams, and I'm the host of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Life doesn't always give you flowers. That's why you should tune in to the Invisible Woman Talk Show. It'll help empower you to find your inner strength to bring out the beauty in you. JWInvisibleWoman.com, the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We're talking about It's Not About You, identifying narcissistic behavior. And you may ask, Joyce, I think I'm dealing with a narcissist. I'm really not sure. So what's the difference between a narcissist and a toxic person? Well, see, toxic people, they're controlling, they're manipulative, and they're emotionally abusive. Very close, very close. But a narcissist, they're going to use gaslighting to make you feel confused and to make you feel insecure. Narcissists, they're going to always play the victim and make you feel guilty. So that's, it's not the same. It's very similar, but there's a psychological diagnosis for narcissism. People with narcissistic tendencies, they're more than simply selfish. Every once in a while, they have absolutely no concerns of the needs of other people. Narcissists, like I said, they act superior to others, and they are always the best. They are always right. They are most competent. They have a constant need for attention, and and the attention they receive, such as love, admiration, approval, it's never enough. They still need more. You have to continually give them that admiration and give them that reassurance. They expect everything to be perfect. It's life should play out just the way they envision it. They manipulate other people, and they try to control everything. They are very controlling. They don't take responsibilities for their actions, and they blame others for the outcome. And they believe that everything belongs to them. Like, I deserve this. This should be mine. They have very little ability to empathize, and they can't understand how other people feel. I don't see how you feel. That couldn't be me. I'm not diagnosing anybody as a narcissist, but I'm just giving you some signs to let you know there are differences between narcissists and toxic people. Because, like I said, the terms has been thrown around so much that people just kind of like, oh, he's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, I dated a narcissist, I'm friends with a narcissist, that kind of thing. So it's just kind of like it's always thrown around so easily. But when you're dealing with when you're dealing with somebody that's toxic, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. We're not gonna label people. We're just gonna say that they are displaying the behavior of a narcissist, and we are going to be mindful and identify those traits and act accordingly to protect ourselves. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Invisible Woman. We are talking about it's not about you. I'm identifying narcissistic behavior. Now, if you are in a romantic relationship with a narcissist, it could lead to domestic abuse, and you do not want to find yourself in that situation. So take measures to protect yourself. If you see the signs, get out, get help, find a shelter, seek someplace safety. You don't want to be in a relationship like that, because it's not going to get better. It's not going to improve. They are who they are, and you do not want to be on the back end of that relationship. Just seek help. I normally don't give people advice about their relationship, but if you are in that type of situation, you don't want to be in a abusive. You don't want it to allow it to escalate to abuse. So it's not going to get better. It's going to keep going until it gets to a point where it's now physical. So seek help, get out, get to safety. I am going to post some numbers for you guys that will help you contact those, some numbers that you can contact if you are in an abusive situation, because what I don't want to see is you not have the opportunity to get help. So I'm here to help you, I'm here to empower you and give you the best of my knowledge, things to make your life better. Thank you so much for taking out the time to spend this time with me. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much to my Visible Woman of the Week this week. I just want you guys to be aware, be smart, be safe, and be empowered. God bless. Good night.